Last month was a whirlwind for content creator Sneako. Not only did his beef with Andrew Tate get publicized, he also got worldwide recognition for being the one to hold the bag and everyone claiming that he was the one playing the infamous HH song at the Miami nightclub while hanging out with the Red Pill Vengers. After everyone left that club that night, they basically turned their back on Sneako in real time, and it left him looking like he had egg on his face from 20 different dudes. Sneako felt betrayed. Sneako felt abused, and he kept doubling down while everybody else was tucking tail and running back to the people that Sneako was clowning on the internet. Now from there, commentator Abba from Abba and Preach decided to have Sneako on the platform as a way to extend an olive branch. And everyone gathered around the fire thinking it was going to be some sort of debate stream or some sort of moment where Abba decides to embarrass Sneako. But in reality, it was a check. Sneako felt like everyone turned on him, and currently he was getting canceled. But the real story isn't about the cancellation, it's about the consequences finally catching up to him. If you're new to this channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And great content. Now, back into the video. I mentioned before that when people saw that this link up was gonna happen, they were ready for a knockdown, drag out brawl. So everybody gathered around the round table, even some of Sneako's friends, which we'll get to in a minute, to see who would get obliterated. But quickly we learned that it was more of a conversation, which would turn into a warning, more than some sort of debate or gotcha moment. It starts off with Abba basically breaking down Sneako's red pill timeline and how he got here.
Right, like it's clear, like watching back here, it's actually, this is well organized. You can see why that red pill era happened.
Yeah, there's a through line. You can see and I think one thing that's cool about the way you kind of documented your life is you were very open. And so my description, I wrote a sentence. It's Sneako is openly flawed, self-aware and arrogant, humble enough for curiosity, and daring enough to take chances. So that's my perception when I watched the first arc of your content creation from kid to about 2020 when you did the video before the red pill, How to Be a Man. You were aware of your own flaws. You may not always have the correct conclusion or whatever, but you could see the thought process. You could see how you got there. You could see your justification, your reasons why. You could see that you try to see things from other people's perspectives to a degree. And like it makes sense how you ended up in the red pill era afterwards. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So
so this nigga Sneako went to Abba and Preach for a therapy session breakdown on why he ended up the way he ended up.
The question I would ask you first, what did the red pill give you that you didn't have before?
Well, I think men at the time, and in these videos you're showing, men on the internet especially were living in a liberal-dominated, woke-dominated, like men had to live in this kind of guilty, you know, white people say, or like, I'm one of the good ones, or like white boys will say, can a white boy catch a vibe? It was kind of that same thing with men. It was like, hey, I'm not one of those misogynist, horrible men, and gave men the opportunity to not live in a guilty place.
Now, during the breakdown of that timeline, he mentions how he starts to align with a bunch of different people. And as they both go down this timeline of Sneako's past events, Abba highlights all the times that he's basically
so nigga, you was feeling guilty about yourself, nigga.
Stuck his neck out for some of these guys on the red pill side.
Remember when you were defending Fresh and you went to war with Moist Critical? And now that dude's on his podcast trying to put a hit on you? That's crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro, that's crazy. I mean, you were running around with a gun, like, you had the world hating you. And I was like, damn, and that same dude is like, it was Sneako. He played on the club.
He's like, fuck you, bro.
And I just think, like, that's crazy.
No, yeah. No, Abba did, I think you did warn, you probably did warn me about that for sure. No, yeah.
I'm actually not even trying to take a victory lap. That's not my point. I just think like...
No, Abba's definitely vindicated on that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Abba's highlighting a time in where Sneako would blindly, and always for the most part, defend Fresh and Fit. He actually does it a couple times in this stream where he defends Nick Fuentes again blindly, almost as if he hasn't learned anything at all. But throughout history, there's a lot of times where the people that Sneako is aligned with either get in trouble or go after people that he calls friends. And Sneako either just sits there or he kind of even, you know, applauds what's going on, laughs in the moment or whatever the case may be.
Bro, like I be cooking people on X, bro. Like if you come at me on X, see, here's the thing. I'm restricted to what I can say on YouTube because they fucking, remember we made that video roasting them niggas? Anus and Reach?
Yeah.
What did they do? They got their fans to mass report us and the video got taken down for hate speech, right? But on X, I could absolutely cook them. And that, I think that's a big reason why he made that video, because I called them sodomites on X. And I was just like showing video proof of them being, and which they are, him and Preach. And And then he made a video on YouTube, because on YouTube, this is what happens. Those idiots make a video, then Playback makes a video, fucking Agent 00, whatever that fucking name is, who look Sideshow Bob Somalian version. And then
He's a good guy. I like him.
He's a fucking loser too. The fucking
Maybe you guys will make up. Just
yeah,
like
fuck that nigga too. He don't say shit on Palestine because he's a fucking coward. He's a bitch.
I think he's kind of said.
Bro, nigga said nothing, bro. He's a bitch. He's a fucking pussy.
But he just got to deal with Jordan, so like he's limited to what he can talk about.
Oh yeah, of course. Now he's really owned. And then who else? And then Jamari will make a video. Like all these fucking dumbass commentary videos. Like as soon as Anus and Reach make a video, then everyone follows suit and makes a hit piece on you after. Yeah. And then dumbass Moist Critical, that loser, he'll make a video talking shit. I don't know why niggas watch him. He's like the most uncharismatic and the least entertaining person ever, but people watch him. It's fucking crazy.
And just like the events that would happen last month, once Sneako is seen with these guys doing these things, he catches a lot of heat for this. One, because he's not really committed to any of these bits for real. And two, because he is friends with some of these people. I know that he has been aligned with Agent 00.
This is what happens when you you don't move with your morals. You just move with you're not moving with your morals. These people are not real friends, bro. This is work. These are co-workers. You know what I'm saying? Your real friends, you don't go to work with your real friends. You know what I'm saying? You kick it with your real friends outside of work. This is work. You know what I'm saying? This is business. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing what's in best interest for their pockets and their views and their analytics, not necessarily what they morally believe in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reason why niggas get caught in these situations.
Multiple times, whether it be through the peer-to-peer podcast, whether it be through different AMP videos. Hell, even when Sneako got unbanned from YouTube, one of the first calls that he had was with Agent. So I know that they have
that's true.
Some sort of connection here, but I don't think it feels the best or would appear the best optically that you allow somebody to bash me even with this light defense.
He didn't allow him. He defended him. He defended Agent. You know what I'm saying?
And I also think that people still hold some sort of grace in their heart for Sneako. They're tied to the artistic version of his childlike self that was dubbed as being super duper creative, a Mr. Beast disciple, etc., etc. So when somebody like a Myron does something crazy on stream and problematic, it really doesn't faze too many people. But it does faze people when Sneako is sitting right there.
Hey, Abba, they were talking a bunch of shit about us. What do I do? He called me a window licker.
We're on it. We're gonna clip it. We're gonna call them racist. We'll be fine. Make it through this. Don't worry. Just dance.
This is why I can't hang out with content creating niggas, bro. You niggas is lame. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is code. We're co-workers, my nigga. You're not going to jail for me. You're not dying for me, and I'm not doing the same for you, fuck nigga.
Did you say dance?
I've had a little bit too much.
I'll get to why in a second they were putting themselves on Sneako's platform, because I actually think it's very pivotal to this conversation. But Sneako would let stuff like this happen all the time to him.
This fat piece of shit. Fucking, I
Thinking about coconuts donated 5.
Goddamn, turn this on the speech off. I'm cooking right now, man. Shut the fuck up in the chat. I'm cooking right now. This Nabisco nigga, man. Fucking, I called him a Nabisco nigga because all this nigga does is eat cookies. Fat fuck. He looks like a cookie monster with his fucked up teeth too. This nigga been talking crazy shit. I had to fucking roast his dumb ass, right? Then I cooked this Somalian pirate ass nigga. Dirty as fuck.
I like Asian. I
fuck
like
this
Asian.
nigga, man. This nigga's a bum. He's a fucking dirty slob. He's a loser. His girl's mid. He's made a bunch of videos talking shit too. Bro. Fuck this nigga as well. He's a fucking bro. This dude is the type of guy that still eats cereal. Guaranteed.
See, what are you gonna do with Myron? You're either gonna fall out, y'all gonna get into a physical altercation, or you're just gonna walk away and leave and end the stream, and then y'all are gonna fall out. If Sneako decides to say, he said I like Agent, but he's not saying, nah, don't say that. I'm not gonna let you say that on stream when I fuck with bro. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no loyalty. Even him and Agent are not tied in like that. Like it's just not what it is, bro. Dude, we are co-workers, my nigga. There's no loyalty in this shit, man. I tell y'all this every time.
This nigga still eats cereal in 2024.
What's wrong with cereal?
The cereal's and then on top of that, guaranteed this dude puts his shirt on before he puts on his pants. or puts on boxers. This nigga, he's the nigga that when he's getting dressed, he puts the shirt on first.
But all that, we're friends. I don't agree with that sentiment. They're just saying stuff, free speech gimmick. All of that will come crumbling.
Nobody's friends because we didn't grow up together, bro. We don't know each other. We're not even from the same hometowns, my nigga. The same states, bro. Nowhere close are we friends, nigga.
Down last month when they played the HH song. I'm not gonna go too deep into detail. I've made 2 videos on it already. But yeah, the Red Pill Avengers linked up, went to the club, played the song, as we've seen in video now, asked by Myron and Walter once they get to the club. And then once they get back to their respective streams, everybody turned their back on one person. When Sneako went to defend Agent, you would think that the grace would be reciprocated when Sneako needed to be defended in this situation. But we saw Myron stutter on stream because he didn't want to get caught up with none of this nonsense anymore.
Hey Myron, I'm live right now in a monologue.
Okay, my bad.
What's going on?
No, I'm good. I'm good. If you're live right now, I'll just hit you.
Did you see the Tristan tweet? What do you think?
The one you sent me earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just saw from what you sent. Yeah. I mean.
In real time.
And then everybody's gonna go and favor the most popular opinion. The most popular nigga has this type of opinion, and so everybody just follows with that, bro. That's lame ass, goofy ass shit. That happens in real life too, bro. That's one of the reasons why, like, I don't fuck with niggas in real life either. You know what I'm saying? Cause niggas are meat riders to niggas who has the most popularity, but are not the smartest or don't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? They just go. They're fucking meat riders. That nigga Myron is an Andrew Tate meat rider, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, his opinion is going to change based off of that nigga because he's more influential. He has more clout. He's more popular than he is. That's goofy-ass behavior, bro. I don't move like that. Everybody could love this nigga. That doesn't make you better than me, though. This is how my whole life has always been. Look at me. I'm doing my motherfucking thing. I'm finna hit 100K. Instagram going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? And never did I ever get no support from people that I really know in real life. Never. You know what I'm saying? But the next nigga can do it and get all the level of support, but his shit ain't never gonna go up because he don't know what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Lead niggas astray. Blind lead the blind, my nigga.
I'll talk. You're on stream, so I'll talk. I could talk.
Defend him though. In real time, finding out.
Well, I mean, they talked about it online. What do you think? You don't want to. I mean, it's okay if you don't want to.
Yeah, I just wish we kind of handled this.
Well, it's already out there. It's already
Defend him. Defend him.
Tweeting his lawyer. They're putting it on me. It's already public. It's like there's not something that you solve privately.
What lawyer?
Oh, let me say to y'all right now, this is the face of a man who's figuring out that he's about to get snaked. This is the face of a man whose friends turned all against him. And this is the face of a man who realizes that he just royally fucked up.
I mean, again, you know, bro, if it was the other way around, I would tell Tristan the same thing, right? Or if he asked me the same thing, like, oh, I'm not sure right now, what are your thoughts on this stuff? Like, yo, I don't.
Well, past Omar, you're absolutely correct.
And also, let me quickly shout out Myron. Quick Myron glaze. Quick fresh and fit glaze. Myron is like the one influencer that I'm absolutely certain would never switch on me. There's no doubt in my mind he would never switch. And if you think about it, every other one, even though like me and
bro, you could feel like that, bro. It's just like dealing with these women. You know what I'm saying? This is human nature, bro. You think the bitch ain't gonna change? Oh, she different. The bitch ain't different. These niggas ain't different. You can't speak. This is why you just can't speak too highly of people, bro. Like I wish that we could though. I wish I could speak highly of people and think that they different. Think that they really got me like I got them and how I feel. But that's just not the case because the same way we all do the same thing. He feels like this. Someone might speak highly of him like that, but he don't feel the same about them. We all, this is just human nature, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Adam right now got a good thing going. Me and Neon, good runs. Like Zerka, let's be real. Like you got to be like, when's he gonna start raging on Twitter about me? When's Zerka gonna be like, Sneako sold his soul to the Jews? There's always that lingering. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. But Myron, for example, there's no doubt. There's no doubt this nigga's loyal, bro.
I think it's interesting how much bad footage Sneako has out there. But let me say this about Sneako. It's not that he gets switched up on because of who he is inherently. I honestly don't think that these people were ever really aligned with you. They used you for your audience. And I've said this plenty of times before. You are a gateway into a younger demographic that will ultimately become an older demographic that could then give these guys a bunch of money. These guys never stand with you. In fact, they step back and let you burn. And trust me, if there was another content creator that garnered a young male audience bigger than you that let them infiltrate the place in space, they'd be rocking with those guys harder than you. You just so happen to be the only one who was as impressionable as ever. Now don't get me wrong, you probably have your own foibles. Nick Fuentes said something about you when y'all did y'all's Miami link up.
You don't think you know what you're doing, really?
Sincerely, I say
you don't think you're and it's not like I care, but when I see you doing that, I'm like, this guy likes, you know, it likes attacking. You're very thin. You like sending your, it's not thin skinned. I don't care about troll comments. I care about you not caring about your friends. Well, people that you supposedly care about. Why would you do that to people that have helped you out? Why would you like send people to go and attack people, the same people that are on your side?
You know why? Because you're a fair weather friend. That's why.
Hell, the Tate brothers even turned their back on you, gang.
I think Sneako played the song. Yeah. I think Tristan explicitly told me that Sneako played the song.
If Sneako played the song, Sneako played the song. I don't think that any of them are deeply anti-Semitic genuinely. I think they're just kids. It gets a reaction. They think they're funny. They're on the internet. I really didn't do anything wrong. I understand why some people were offended. I got on a bus. Full-grown men made decisions while I sat on my phone. I then got off the bus and stood in a nightclub while other people played songs while I sat on my phone.
And I think that that's something that was being highlighted as I watched that 3-hour live stream last night. They go into a bunch of different conversations, but the ones that stuck out were Abba trying to outline the fact that, you know what, Sneako, you got into the red pill movement because, you know, you fell victim to the nonsense that they were portraying. But ultimately, these guys don't care for you. At least that's my drawing of it. And even though Sneako has been backstabbed or betrayed by some of these guys, he still finds himself aligning with them. Just last night, as I was watching the live stream and the conversation was getting good, there were 2 times that kind of stuck out to me.
Nico might be a real nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? that shit is detriment to your own self. It's just like dealing with these women, bro. You gotta let them go, man.
Both of them were when Myron and Aiden hopped into the
It'd be hard, you know, but you gotta let them go.
By the way, Myron's in the chat. What's up, Myron? He's saying he's talking some smack. But let's see this clip.
That's good for him. I watched you debate Myron on Muslims praying in the square, right? And Myron in that debate had the standard.
He's in the chat right now.
Was that?
He's in the chat right now.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he always be tuning in, but
for whatever reason, Sneako felt the need to highlight them as if he needed his hand held in this debate. But I agree with what Abba said in the debate. Who cares if Myron is in the chat? Who cares if Aiden is in the chat? Can we just not have a genuine conversation with each other? It's almost like you can't go unless you know that these guys are behind you for some reason. It's a weird relationship, especially because last night in that same live stream, apparently Fresh and Fit put out a 3-hour hit piece on Sneako.
Fresh and Fit as an organization and as a brand, besides Myron, they have actively tried to destroy my life and my career. That channel, the Fresh and Fit channel, just posted a 3-hour hit piece on me, lying about everything and saying that something needs to happen to me off stream that's going to be painful that you can't say on stream. It sounds like a threat. It was a threat. Anybody who's saying that is stupid, and I'm just not doing this whole behind the scenes bigger person thing anymore. Fuck that. That's so stupid. I've wanted to do a collab with Abba. I think it's gonna be a good conversation. And their beef is separate. Scenes it because like nobody. That's the thing. Nobody cares about anything they have to say if it's not Myron. So it's these people that, you know, associate themselves with him. And yeah, they say like Myron says he's loyal to a fault. He's a good friend, but that means you're at fault. If you show loyalty to everybody, you're loyal to no one. It doesn't show any. It seems like that's what he wants to do, so it is what it is. I've voiced that publicly for a long time that I think Myron should do his own solo stuff. Been saying that for a year.
But Sneako doesn't realize that Myron is loyal to the money. All these guys are loyal to the money. And so if the money starts to shift and tides start to turn, guess who's gonna get their back turned on? It's always you, gang. Overall, I would say that the conversation was a very, very productive one. Not a screaming match, not anything crazily embarrassing like the last time Abba did his sit down with Stevie Knight. Boy, that was a hard listen to. And even though if you go back and watch it, you'll see that Sneako concedes in a bunch of different moments moments and times. Even Abba himself had to acknowledge where he was wrong in a lot of the conversation.
In regards, and I always commend that. We strongly disagree on things, but that's okay. At the end of the day, I want you to do well for your people. I want you to do the right things, and even if it's not the things that I think are right, hopefully you find your way. And I also have to have enough humility to realize I was wrong about certain things back then too, and I'm still changing. So listen, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you giving me the chance to kind of ask you these questions and see where your head's at.
It takes a real man to admit when he was wrong and admit growth. That's again, that goes back to Malcolm X. He's all about growth. I think that's extremely important.
I thought Abba got lost in the conversation with the whole eating cats and dogs situation and some other points where I thought he could have definitely did better in the conversation and not let it get so derailed. But if there is one takeaway that I have from this whole thing is that Sneako should probably understand that he's not living his life in a way that is very productive or conducive to the growth model that he claims that he's following. At some point in the conversation, Abba highlights that Sneako has some affinity towards Malcolm X. He asked him what he feels Malcolm X's political ideology would be and how he is as a person and what Sneako kind of took from that. But even greater than that, he asked him one specific question. And in this one specific question, it causes Sneako to have to be really, really reflexive over his actions and more specifically, the people that he aligns with.
If Malcolm X existed today, what do you think he would think of you?
That's a good question. I think he would disagree with my alignment with some people. I think he would be critical about the overlap that I have with political figures. I think he would disagree with Nick Fuentes a lot, and he would try to guide people. I think he would, be very politically active. I think he'd be very critical of Israel. He was spot on about Israel back then, and the manipulation going on in New York City specifically. He's done a lot of speeches about that. He spent a lot of time talking about Netanyahu, criticizing Trump for that, and I think he'd be very critical of the conservative movement. And what he would think of me is like that. He'd definitely point out some of the allies I keep and say that that's imperfect.
And I don't want to get crazy sentimental here, but I think it's actually very important that Sneako kind of reflects on this specific portion a lot. He goes on to say things about how it's important to have conversations with people that you disagree with as a means to try to sway them and, see other sides and not be so one-sided and all these things. And while I do believe that's important, I think that we take that and then we just run with that narrative and we run with that leash. Having conversations to understand the enemy doesn't mean going to clubs with the enemy. Keeping your enemy close doesn't mean partying with them, letting them go on these tirades about things that you don't agree with as you just sit there with your mouth shut. It doesn't mean being so closely aligned with them that people can't separate you from them. We've seen situations where people disagree fundamentally, have connected with each other. But the difference is we can clearly tell based off of their actions that they do disagree. They might be linking up for whatever reason, but when you can't tell if they are on the same page as one another, then that's a clear indication that something is probably wrong with the alignment. And especially when you sprinkle on the fact that these guys disrespect Sneako on a routine basis behind his back, you should be able to say as somebody in that situation, hey, these guys don't fuck with me and I probably shouldn't be as closely aligned with them as possible. Sure, you can have your debate streams or whatever one-offs, but that doesn't mean that you have to go hang with the whores with these guys. Right. I would think that as I navigated my life and I've identified somebody that is a clear...
Because when shit hit the fan and you get banned from every club in Miami, you know what I'm saying? Oh, now it's your fault, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the one to easily blame. You know what I'm saying?
Role model to me that I wouldn't be doing things that, they would so
when the whole group of y'all collectively is just goofies.
Vehemently be against. When Abba asked the question, Sneako said, and I said to myself too, that is a good question. What would my dead idol who has these principles, these beliefs, these values think of me if he was alive? And I think Sneako hit it spot on. If Malcolm X was alive, Sneako would be somebody that he is actively speaking against, while simultaneously Sneako is aligning with people who actively speak against him. And if that's not a reality check of hell, then I don't know what is. I'm not saying that anybody is going to come from this debate and totally change. I think this is just going to be another element to the ultimate change that we may see from Sneako. This may not be the thing to change Sneako, but this may ultimately be the illumination of the path for him. Or maybe he just tucks tail and goes back to what's cool and all that other shit. I don't know.
Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at y'all on the next one, and I'm gone. TYP the 9.